And this is my moment, my once in a lifetime. Ladies and gentlemen, meine Damen und Herren, welcome to the 33rd annual Scoville Peace Fellowship reception. This is unbelievable. We are working. Those of you who haven't sufficiently filled your plates or your glasses, you know that the refreshments are through that little door. Those of you who are in here is where it's all going to happen. I'm going to try to be brief, but that's impossible. I'm sorry. I'm Bob Musil. I'm the president of the Scoville Peace Fellowship, but you will discover that this evening I am turning over the gavel, all the power and pomp and prestige that goes with being president, to someone that we will introduce at the end of the evening because we've got a lot going on. I'm going to miss half of what's on my script because I've been eating all those Swedish meatballs and all that kind of good stuff. Let me officially welcome you and tell you that this evening we have an incredible program for the Scoville Peace Fellowship, which has awarded 190 fellowships since 1987. Some of you may be interested to know that 111 of them went to women. Guys, you're going to have to step up or something. I don't know what the problem is, but that has not happened without help from a number of people. And my role, of course, is to acknowledge. I could name everyone in the audience because I think I know all of you, but that would take too long. So, of course, I want to thank those people who have helped to fund the Scoville Peace Fellowship. Have any of you ever had to raise funds for a nonprofit? Yeah, but seriously, I want to recognize and thank the Carnegie Corporation of New York. Of course, has been one of our major funders. We are thrilled to have Mike Reddick here with us from New York. He took the Amtrak and didn't get lost. So welcome. Thank you very much. Plowshares Fund, which seems to care about nuclear weapons and disarmament. I know that Tom Kalina is here with us from Plowshares. The Nuclear Threat Initiative is one of our funders, and Joan Rolfing is here. And also that other person, Deborah Rosenblum, who we may get to a little bit later. We also have funds. Is anyone here as old as I am? No. And no. Throw that kid out. Throw it. Some of you may have received funds over the years from one Wade Green in New York City with Rockefeller Financial Services. Wade sends his regards. They've continued to be a strong and important pillar for the fellowship, as has the New Land Foundation. And we're grateful for all other funders. This also doesn't happen without the participation of our board of directors. Board members, you want to do a ho? The reason I say that this is the hardest board in the world to be on, and I've been on too many, some would say, because these are the folks that help our director, Paul Refson, who puts these things really together. Paul, just wave your, well, he's working. But in addition to helping those of us who are in the leadership to raise funds, to network, many of the people on the board run organizations, the 26 national organizations that receive fellows, that run the gamut from think tanks to activist groups, all trying to figure out how we can improve peace and security in the world. And in addition, the board are the folks, this is the hard part, review some hundreds and hundreds of applications for the Scoville Peace Fellowship. This day and age, we get them from all over. And as board members will tell you, every applicant has a 4.3 average, speaks Mandarin, worked in Africa, plays soccer. We're like, what? What is that about? I mean, it's incredible. But review, sort, pare down, and then interview, looking for the future leaders of our movement, our organizations, which I don't need to tell you is as important as it has ever been. I want to recognize John Bolton, who's come in over in I'm sorry, it's not John Bolton. It's a guy with a mustache. Take that back. Never have our issues been as relevant, as difficult, as important as they are now. Needless to say, we will need a new generation and a couple of more generations to make this thing work. I will be stepping down as the president of the fellowship, but I'm not leaving. I have other day jobs that work on nuclear disarmament. I am happy to say I'm with the Council for a Livable World that does the political end that we can't talk about here. But the stars of this evening are the Scoville Fellows themselves, and they will get a chance to be up here, tell you hello, what they're doing, get their photos taken with our speaker, who's a big mystery. A couple other people I want to recognize before we move along and up. That is, I think we have, at least on RSVPs, some former board members who don't always get here. Karen Mulhauser, are you here? Well, Karen and I go back to Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But also Tommy Scoville. Tom, are you in the back somewhere? Yeah, Tom served long and admirably. He happens to be Pete Scoville's son, but he also has done incredible work for the fellowship, and I'm thrilled that he could be with us here tonight.